Very well, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Break Star Ocean 2 Remake. This time we arrived in Cross Cave. We talked to the king about our end goal of investigating the Sorcerer Globe, and we met Celine, a new party member, which we haven't actually been able to see quite yet, but we will, as we'll head through Cross Cave. And we might actually go ahead and go over to... Actually, you know what? I haven't checked the talents that Rena started with. Acoustic Sense, to Love Animals, Blessing of Mana is 100% guaranteed because it's the talent of spellcasters. Celine also has it. She's got a few things. Sure, I don't really care about what she has. I sort of care about what you have. You have Taste, which is good because you'll be my cook later on if I need to. It's unfortunate that she doesn't have Rhythm Sense because usually I have Rena be my musician. But whatever, it's fine. Also, I should have gone into the strategy one real quick. AI targeting, yeah, okay, so if we press Y, we can tell the party members to do certain things, like, for example, divide your attacks, focus your attacks on one target, or try to prevent spellcasters to do their thing. I'm gonna go over to strategy, actually. Fight with a good balance is fine. So Celine is a spellcaster, so she might cast some spells, or we might just one-shot the enemies because we bought that new weapon at the shop. I mean, that also works. Alright. So Cross Cave is, I believe it's this way. I don't want to fight that. I think it's this way. I might... No. I get confused here. Okay, I have to go toward that bridge and then take a sharp right. And then follow the river, more or less. I believe. No, it's after the bridge and then a sharp right. But we can find a treasure chest over here, which is nice. What do we get? Lunar Talisman. I don't remember what that is. Hang on, let me fight this guy before he jumps on me. And I lose all those spheres I've accumulated. Let's see here. And there we go. Celine just cast a spell there. Spells cost MPs and they have a cooldown. Not a cooldown, but a casting time. Sorry, not a cooldown. And if you get hit during the casting time, you usually get interrupted, unless you have a certain skill that gives you a chance to not get interrupted. But even on maxed out, that chance is stupidly low, I find. In general, in this game, spellcasters suck. Because, as I probably have said in the very first episode, when I was discussing the unique characters that Claude and Rena get, if you choose them as protagonist, spellcasters suck for the simple reason that by the time they charge a spell for max damage, you already done 10 times as much by spamming basic attacks with your fighters. However... this early on, yeah, we broke an enemy. When we break an enemy, we'll be unable to do anything. More critical hits, more sphere will appear.
That was easier than I thought.
What I was going to say, yeah, so like their DPS is extremely low. But early on, Celine is very helpful. Because you don't have a lot of tools. And those extra spells can help interrupting some attacks. You do need to protect her a little bit, so she doesn't get... because she's pretty frail. But other than that, it's nothing to worry about. I mean, she is pretty frail, but at the same time, she has more HP than everybody else. Because she's level 8, I guess. Rena's only level 5. This is Cross Cave. Well, we don't need to save outside. There used to be a thing in DOG because no save points, but because now every dungeon has a save point at the entrance for fast travel purposes. There we go. Let's talk about strategy and tactics real quick. So over the tactics, we have a few things we can do here. Party formation just allows you to move around your party members however you please. And you can choose your leader. So the leader is who you control on the field and who you start with in battle. But remember, in battle you can just switch to anybody at any point. I'm gonna keep Claude as leader and you two on the AI because that's pretty good. You can also do that if you want to fight with less party members. Right now I don't have to. That was a good idea to do in the OG because less party members means all the experience is going to go to the one fighting. So if I have only Claude fighting, he's going to take all the experience from the fight. He's not going to have to share it with everybody else. Here, I believe that sort of happens. People that are not in the party still get experience, but only a portion of it. But it's fine. We don't really have to exclude Celine from the party. These are the AI strategies. I'm gonna go ahead and select this for Claude. We don't really have to do it right now, but might as well. Essentially, they tell the AI more or less how to act. So, fight with a good balance is more or less attack and skills. Attack with everything is just spam skills until you run out of MPs, then basic attacks. Protect your allies will try... I think they will try to bodyguard some of these spellcasters. That's, I think, what it does. Don't use MP is just physical attacks. Run around and evade is just do nothing, and if an enemy gets close to you, just run around and evade them. And as you can see, Rina and Celine have different ones because they're spellcasters. Now, Rina used to have some unique ones, like... I think it was give support was one of them, which only she had, because later she learned some buffs. And if you just leave her on heal party members, she would never use those buffs. Also, these things can poison you, but Celine just one shots them from afar. I don't see that option here on Arena's AI, but maybe it's protect and that will work out, because there is focus on healing. I believe it's just heal. But maybe protect is heal plus buffs. I haven't really tried that. I have to do it. Because more enemies. Here we get some fights that can be tough if you don't know what you're doing, but really good right now. Use air slash for crowd control. And one thing you need to learn how to do is to not get ganked. And by that I mean not get attacked on both sides. Like if you have an enemy on the left, don't get in a situation when you have an enemy on the left and one on the right. Ganking in this game is very dangerous. If you do it with enemies, they melt, and if the enemies do with you, you melt, and the enemies know that, and will try to surround you and gank you to death. They are very intelligent. So you can use air slash. See, this situation, don't let the situation happen. Let's keep your back open so you can retreat. And if you can keep all the enemies on one side, you can even do that. And hit them with, you know, do an attack and hit multiple of them. Air slash very useful for that. When you're up close. It's all about crowd control. Early on. Eventually, once we'll be able to one-shot enemies, that won't be a problem anymore. This guy's protecting a treasure chest. Good job protecting it. I just stole from it. You can just go around this guy. I'm not even gonna fight it. Alright, let's see over here. What do we have here? I believe this guy's actually guarding something and doing a good job at it. Alright, so the most dangerous enemies are these guys, I believe. Oh, don't, what are you doing? Sir, what are you doing? Don't attack my spellcaster, please. But yeah, not much to do other than spamming basic attacks and sometimes an air slash if we get the chance to do some area effect damage. Blackberries, which I think is an MP heal. This is a great back attack.
We better be careful. Seems like a fight is in order.
Alright. One thing that this game does differently than the original is how the skills improve. So in the original, the more you use the skill, like air slash and meteor palm or whatever, or even spells, the more you use them, the better they became. There was a system called proficiency. Essentially, proficiency was the amount of time you used that ability. And it ranged from 0 to 999. And the more proficiency you had, the stronger it was. Yeah, don't attack my spellcaster, please. Go over here, air slash, crowd control, see? Go over here. Nope, hey! Stop tossing Celine, please. But in this game, in this remake, proficiency does not exist. Instead, you power up with BPs. Which, when I saw that, knowing a certain skill that we'll get later on, I got. Wait. Yeah, I believe this is the right way. I got really worried because there's a skill. In the original, what you used to do was to get that skill and just max its proficiency immediately, Also, can I... yeah, I can target you. Ooh, no, I did not get interrupted. Boom, boom. You're gone. Don't gank me. Thank you. But yeah, there was this one skill that once you got it, you could just spend like half an hour maxing its proficiency, and it would become one of the strongest things in the game for reasons. And I was worried that was not gonna be a thing anymore because of how they changed the scaling now. Turns out that it's still broken, and it's even more broken than before. Because in the end game, it does more than what it used to do in the original. It's now a little bit more balanced in the sense that you can't really get it to max power immediately. But like this time it grows along with the character that has it. At least this is what it seems like. And Celine learns a new spell in the meantime. But it turns out that at the end of the game, it does more than what it used to do in the original. So yeah, it's still broken, and I love it, because otherwise there will be little sense in even recruiting that character that has it. Literally, that character we're gonna get is only useful because of that one skill. Well, they've got others, but that one skill was the reason why you would recruit them. Yeah, Meteor Palm was a good idea here. Couple breaks here. I'll give you more spheres. Oh, we haven't talked about formations. We should do that. So if you go under tactics, another thing you can do is formation. Formations, what it does. Well, we only have linear motion right now, but basically it changes how the characters start the fight. And that was the only thing that did on the original. But now, it changes what the sphere bonuses does. So in this case, attack 20% up for 50, 100 gives it defense 25 up, and then 300 gives hit percent 5%, 50% up. Yeah, go ahead, equip it. So when we'll get more, it'll be cool finding a good one. There's one for the experience, and that's the one I'm gonna use for most of the game too. That's the new spell Celine just learned, laser beams. Which is... it's pretty good now. It hits multiple times. It used to only hit once. But in the original, because it only hit once, it froze the action as well during casting. So that was it was very useful to interrupt enemies. Because as soon as she got her cast off, the screen, like the action would froze, the enemy would get hit, and if they were in the middle of an attack, they would just get interrupted. Yeah, I want to fight these two guys, which is probably a forced chain. But it's fine. 2 fights. Yeah. Nope, go on this one. They're trying to harass my girls. Oh, boom. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I went on an air slash. Whoop. Easy. Now, Celine's kind of running low, but it's fine, really. Yo, stop. Thank you.
I'd say that was 8 out of 10.
It's fine because the save point before the boss of this area will restore her fully. This is a one-way only jump. I don't want to go that way just yet. We'll fight you.
You ready for this? The enemy, is it?
Yep. You know what? Do that. Attack the one that I'm attacking, Celine. At least we'll take care of it a little faster. Usually it's a good idea to focus your attacks on one enemy, because the less enemies you have to deal with, the smoother it'll go. But sometimes, especially when there's a lot of spellcasters, you might want to divide your attention to prevent them from doing too much. Because if you keep attacking all enemies, they'll barely have a chance to do anything. In this game, it seems like it's harder to do that, but in the original, you could just easily stunlock certain like bosses. Like there were some boss fights with more enemies, with more bosses, I guess. And it was pretty easy to just divide your party members around and just let them almost never act at all. Please don't tell me that's a back attack. I turned around.
There's no way around.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Crowd control. That's how you do it. I'm taking no damage from these guys. And I really haven't done much. I just bought the equipment at the shop. Remember, I haven't started breaking the game yet. Bum. Yeah, one of those. Why not?
Well, I'd say that's worth 10 out of 10. Whoa.
Right then, what's in here? More crafting ingredients. Those are for cooking. We don't care. Can we not fight that? Please don't bother me. Okay, we'll fight you because you're kind of in the way.
Here they come.
The enemy, is it?
When I told you to focus your attacks, weren't you attacking this one? Thank you. The lock-on system, you can actually change the enemy locked on by doing this. It's L2 plus a left stick. And as I think we already know, we can lock on with R3.
Not too shabby.
Already?
So if the auto-targeting system doesn't cooperate for whatever reason, you can just manually select your target. Oh, you turned around just for me. Thank you.
You ready for this? The enemy, is it?
I didn't mean to do that. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, sir. Sir. There we go. Yeah, that'll help me get some extra spheres.
Good.
So I can get to 300 by the time I get to the boss. I should do Meteor Palm more often. I usually don't do it because I don't think it's a good attack. But
Here they come.
yeah,
Fight is in order.
pretty useful right now. I much prefer Air Slash because of the crowd control it does. I can hit multiple enemies with it and keep in on this side of the screen. Or rather on the left side. Can you not, please? Thank you.
Well, I'd say that's worth 10 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely want the hit chance up at the boss. If I don't get it, it's no big deal, but... And also, the boss of this area is incredibly enough optional. You don't have to fight it at all if you don't want to. Yeah, right. It's an optional boss.
Seems like a fight is in order.
You can actually just leave it there and, you know, you can actually come back anytime if you can't win and fight it later. Because it is a little bit of a...
I'd say that was 8 out of 10.
how's it called? A beginner's trap. And then we'll see why when we get there. Now this cave is so big. Yeah, if you keep right, I believe we go to our destination. Oh yeah, we have this thing. So this is a spike chest. There's a few of them throughout the game. And when you open them, it spawns some enemies nearby. We don't really care though.
There's no
I believe there's another one up there. There you go. Now, there it is. 0 damage.
That was easier than I thought.
I believe if I didn't have the 25% increase from the spheres, I would actually take damage, but I'm good. No, don't follow me in here. Don't follow me in here. Go back. There we go. And it will spawn other enemies, and maybe we can do a big chain with all of them. Because if you do big chains, up to 5 you can do. There we go, that we maxed out. You can get a lot of rewards from it. Because again, you can multiply your money and experience multiplies. Oh, they're blocking. There you go. There we go. Next time we have 3 of these guys. I remember these guys from the first game. They were pretty tough the first time you found them. Ooh.
The enemy is it. You ready for this? How about this? Air slash!
Ooh. Get back here. Hit them both. Whoa, what the heck? Please finish it. We have 2 more, I believe.
You ready for this?
Yep, 2 more. And then we'll hit 300. One more.
You ready for this?
See, experience fall times 3. And there we go. Hit percent. Hit 50. If percent, 50% up.
That was easier than I thought.
So now we're more accurate. The enemies will block less often. And as you can see there, we got a lot of EXP.
Ooh, great. Very nice.
And this is what essentially is doing for us. It's cutting all the farming that we would have to do otherwise. If we wanted to break the game as soon as we could, back when we got the crafting system before coming here, we would have had to do some farming for some skill points. But just going through here normally will give us enough skill points to work with. You'll see. You'll see it next time though, not this time. Because today we're only going to do this dungeon. There, get destroyed. Oh yeah, one more thing that this game does now is that at level up you get fully restored. That didn't used to be the case. You did not get fully restored on level ups.
I'd say that was 8 out of 10.
But that's useful because it allows me to spam more moves because I have more MPs. Because you know, every time I level up, I just get all my MPs back. Okay, we got to the save point. There's another area there I haven't seen though, and it's not a big deal. I can come back for it off screen. There's probably a treasure chest. Dead end. Did we make a wrong turn somewhere? Looks like it. All there's there is this weird rock formation. Odd. The map says there's supposed to be a treasure room up ahead. You think that's a fake? Oh, it couldn't be. By the way, Rena? Yes? You can use healing spells, right? How did those work? I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I just woke up one day and I could cast them. There aren't any healing symbols in the field of symbology, you know. Huh? No, I didn't know. This map was expensive too. Should we search for another path? I suppose we'll have to. Celine, would you mind if I had a look at that map? Isn't there something written here? It's kind of small, but I think it's talking about spells or something. You're right, it's pretty faded, but it's definitely there. Why don't we do what it says then? We might as well give it a shot. A passageway. We did it. Let's go. Alright then. We're gonna save the save point. Extremely suggest that you save here because again the boss can be hard. Bunch of treasure chests. One of those contains the boss fight. But we're gonna examine this one first. Zane Green columns. Massive deposit of pyroxene undisturbed since time immemorial. Many treasure hunters set their sights on his riches, and just as many lose their lives along the way. And that's gonna give us a bunch of experience. Level up for Claude and Rena. I believe this is the one we want to touch. Well, it has the freaking quest marker on it, so you know it's the right one. Thank you, game, for ruining the surprise.
Bingo. Here it is.
This is it?
What is that thing?
Some kind of ancient text. Not that I can read it or anything, though.
How sad. This is beyond my deciphering ability. I guess we have no choice but to take this back to my home and consult with the Elder.
Well, that or find a linguist. Otherwise, we've hit a dead end.
Very true.
Also, we get this AA device, which is another new mechanic they added in the remake. And essentially what that does, I don't know if we get a tutorial right now. Yes, we do. Essentially, these are assault actions. What they are attacks on cooldowns that you can use by pressing one of the direction buttons. And that's all they are. They are special attacks you can use in a cooldown. They have various effects. Your party members can also do them if you set them. They can either use a spell or a skill that you set in the menu. And that's all there is to it. As you can see, they have a cooldown, and that's all. Yeah, if you trigger battle skills or defeat enemies, you will make the cooldowns faster. And you get a bunch of jewels that will give you cartridges from other Star Ocean games. But you cannot set them. They have one attack, and that's all they do. If you go to Tactics and Assault. And we have Leticia here. That's all we have right now. Which is pretty good. And if we wanted to, what we could do is this. If we go to Formation, no. Here. We do that. And we go to Assault. We can now set Celine. Now she has Fireball by default, so if we do that. Now she's on the right button, so I can call her to do a Firebolt, and then she goes on a cooldown. And you can see the cooldown there, 72 seconds. That's all there is to it. But we are going to include her back in the party. Let's make some combat skill improvement, because why not? We might as well. Let's do Qigong 1, Power Burst. We want that as high as possible early on. I think we just go on Qigong. Aston Speech is pretty good because it makes you cast faster, so I'll put one in there. And then the rest on Qigong right now. For defense, same of you. I'm gonna give you one Aston Speech and a bunch of Qigongs. Alright, I think we're ready for the boss. We're gonna save again so I don't have to see that cutscene. And one of those treasure chests, I believe either the first one or the one on the just on the left of it, will spawn the boss. Let's see, might be the first one. Yep, it is. Well, this treasure chest is empty.
We better be careful.
It's the Bell Gargoyles from Dark Souls. They're not that dangerous, but they kind of are at the same time. Go ahead and spam Celine. These guys are hard because they are very good at ganking you. As you can see, they're trying to do that right now, and I'm playing it sort of carefully. If you can get one down... Oh god, the other one's trying to attack my casters. Right, my girls... yeah, don't get stuck in between them. There we go, okay. Celine, get out of there. Get healed, okay. Once we get one out, the other one's super easy. And we broke one. So that means all critical hits on you. Try to focus on that one. I broke the other one, I don't care. I care about killing one. There we go. Now this one's easy. Rena, get out of there. Don't die. And this will finish it. Yep. So as you can see, they still gave us a run for our money a little bit, because again, their ability to gank you is incredibly good. Energy Arrow would have been good to have in this fight. Now if you're on DOG, just ever spam Ray, and it's very useful because it will interrupt their attacks, giving you the ability to just, you know, reposition yourself and concentrate on one of them. Wolf of the Soul is pretty nice. Sweet Potion. Money that we'll definitely need. And a Wooden Shield Plus that I would have needed earlier. But whatever, 3 more points of defense is not much. Yeah, sure. Heal everyone with spells. It doesn't really matter because... Full restore. How far are we from that one place I haven't seen? Quite a bit, actually, because I have to go all around. I'll do it off screen then. So let's get back to the entrance.
You two have been a lot of help to me, so let me thank you both.
Oh, you don't have to.
Our little expedition didn't turn up anything on the sorcery globe, though.
This is new. So it was the sorcery globe that you two have been fussing about.
That's right. And that's why we wanted to travel to the El Kingdom. Say, would you like to join us, Celine?
Claude?
Well, I just thought that your symbology could be a real asset to us on the trail.
I could certainly give it some thought.
Really?
Certainly. As in whether or not the pretty lady over there is okay with it, of course.
Keep in mind, you can just say no and she will leave forever. But we do want her, so please travel with us, Celine.
Oh, I'm sure Reina wouldn't have any problem. We'd be happy to have you along. Right, Reina?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I think I will take you up on the offer.
Excellent. Back to our original plan, then. Our next destination is Kurik.
And just like that, Celine is now fully fledged party member. Now let's just go on optimization. Yeah, she got a buckler and that's it. But that's gonna be it for today. Next time, we begin abusing the crafting system. We're gonna have a lot of fun next time. You will see. Keep in mind what damage Claude was doing here, and you will see how high it will be at the end of the next episode. See you guys then.